Good evening and welcome to the Return Homestead. My name is Mike and my wife Marty and I homestead 50 acres in southeastern Kentucky. Today we're back in our 2001 Fleetwood mobile home. We are doing a complete remodel. We've been working on the master suite or the master bathroom, and we're in the shower today. We got the shower pan laid last time, and today we're going to get the bonding flange drain installed in that shower pan. So we're still in the shower. We've got a little bit of work left to do on the plumbing. We're ready to connect the drain, but we've got to have the bonding flange installed in the floor before we can connect that drain pipe. So far, we've gotten the pan laid down here in the bottom of the shower. This is all secured down with thin set now. It is set and ready to go. That took all of about, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes total to spread the mud and put it down there, as opposed to 3 days or more trying to do this with deck mud. So I was really pleased with the results of the pan. We've got our hole cut in the floor. I've got my drain pointed out to where it needs to go. All I've got to do is put this flange in, and then we'll cut the little tailpipe and make the connection with the drain. So I'm going to apologize up front. Today's video is not going to be very long. We want to encourage you to return to the land, return to labor, and return to life. But we understand that can seem pretty difficult to do. That's 3 projects in a day that's already full of work and family and other projects that you've got going on already. I want you to see that this does not require 24 hours of your day in order for you to make progress towards returning to the land, labor, and life. You can do it in just an hour or so a day, and that's all I've got at the end of a day. There's just enough time to go out and get one small thing done, and today that's going to be installing this bonding flange. And it may not seem like much, but tomorrow I'll be able to attach the plumbing, and I've got the full day off tomorrow, so I've got plenty of time to work on that plumbing. But if I don't have this flange installed now, it won't be set up, and I won't be able to install the drain tomorrow. So it all has to be done, and it all gets done in its perfect set timing. It just gets done a little at a time. Marty and I remind ourselves all the time, all we're looking for today is just 1% improvement. We're not trying to solve all the world's problems. We just want to take care of a bonding flange. Mixing the thin set for such a small project like this can be a little difficult. You're only trying to mix up a small amount. And without getting out of scale and being absolutely crazy, try to measure this stuff by weight, you kind of throw it together, mix it up, and hope for the best. Well, I used the tail end of a bag here, and we got a little too much water in our thin set. And we're out of thin set, so I can't thicken this back up by adding more thin set to it. So we'll just have to let it sit. It will start to set up in the bucket, and it'll stiffen up as it does so, and we'll just watch and wait for this to get a little stiffer. You can see how it's flowing back in toward the middle of the bucket there. And that's what I want to avoid, especially since I'm putting this on a drain. I don't want everything to run down through the hole, so we're going to let this set up for a bit. Well, I got tired of waiting, so I went out to the barn, and I did find a bag of thin set out there. It wasn't polymerized thin set, but I'm only using a couple of handfuls in here. And you can see this is really stiffened up. It's now wanting to hang on to the trowel. I think we're good to go here. Let's get some mud on this bonding flange. And I get it, guys, there may be a better way to do this. I've never put one of these in before, so
I have no idea what to expect as this goes on.
Uh-oh.
It's all right. Just falls through. Big trowels or small trowel's not going to work no matter what I do. Obviously, way more thin set than what I need for this project. It was just what was left in the bag. I had only kept that tiny little bit for this in the first place. I couldn't tell from the instructions or from the videos I've seen if there was an intended direction for these ridges so that they could be easily collapsed, but I'm thinking they need to be vertical to allow the air to escape as you collapse the ridge. Otherwise, you won't be able to collapse it properly. That's the way I think it should be done. Not generally accepted practice to use your fingers in thin set. Mud is mud.
It worked for the German smear on the
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you
fireplace.
did the German smear on the fireplace. Same way.
With my hands.
Just want to make sure that when I set this flange, it's going to lock in tight. There we go.
You need a towel?
So we'll replace this bucket of thin set with a bucket of water, grab a sponge, clean this up a little bit, and we should be done with this bonding flange. Don't need this super clean. We're going to be putting thin set back on top of it. But in this bonding flange area, I want to leave this clear. I don't want any obstructions of thin set in here just yet. The way they design this drain, you're able to shift the center of the drain a little bit, and that allows you to lay the tiles in a lot easier. So I want to make sure this is clean. It looks good.
Always make sure you take the extra time to clean your tools when you're done with them, especially your trowels, your mud tools. These things will get caked up, be more difficult to use next time you go to use them. If you keep them nice and clean, keep them stored in a dry place, they'll last for 20, 30 years for you, no problem. We do appreciate you joining us here on the Return Homestead today for this simple project of simply setting the bonding flange drain in the bottom of the shower. On the next video, we'll get into attaching the plumbing underneath here, and that'll get us hooked up to the drain. We'll be ready to start putting this shower together. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please take a moment to go in there and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button while you're in there so everybody knows you enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time.